Welcome back to the Mr. and Ms. Channel English podcast, where we make learning easy and fun. I'm Emily, and I'm ready to smash some linguistic anxiety today.
And I'm Mark. The hurdle we're tackling is that beast, the vocabulary monster. Everyone thinks they need to know every single word in the dictionary just to order a coffee. We're here to say you absolutely do not.
Exactly. We're doing a total mindset shift. Stop memorizing boring lists. We're talking about mastering the simple words you already know by making them flexible and powerful. This is the single most important lesson for reaching natural fluency.
Our episode is You Don't Need More Words, the mindset shift to use the 1,000 words you already know.
Hey, before we jump into the 3 powerful shifts you need to make, we have a quick favor. If this idea of less memorizing and more speaking sounds useful, please hit that subscribe button right now. You'll make us smile.
And give us a quick like. Seriously, every thumbs up is proof that we're not just talking to ourselves.
So, Mark, the real problem isn't knowledge. It's the freeze. You have this huge passive vocabulary. You read words like juxtaposition and ephemeral, but you freeze when you speak because your brain can't find and use those fancy words fast enough.
Right. We try to be all formal and professional, like, I wish to obtain a fizzy beverage, when all we needed to say was, can I get a soda? We overthink everything.
Exactly. And that overthinking is what kills your speed. The great news is native speakers are lazy in a good way. We rely on a tiny set of high-frequency words for 90% of everything we say. If you know those, you are fluent. You just need to turbocharge them.
Turbocharge your simple vocabulary. I love that. Okay, Emily, what's the first mindset shift? I'm ready to decommission some fancy words.
Shift 1, mastering the Swiss Army knife verbs. Emily, our first shift is to master the simple verbs we call the Swiss Army knife verbs. Get, make, do, take, put, and have. You must learn to use these 6 verbs in 5 to 10 different ways. They are the true workhorses. They're boring alone, but when you combine them, they do magic.
So get is basically an all-purpose tool, and mastering it means I don't need a huge vocabulary?
Correct. Instead of reaching for the formal verb, I will obtain the information, which sounds like you're starring in a historical drama, you just say, I'll get the information. See? Instant relaxation. Let's spend some real time on these. Deep dive, the power of get.
I always confuse get to and get at. Can we clear that up?
Great question. Get to has 2 major meanings. First, it means to arrive. We got to the cinema late. Second, it means to have the opportunity. I get to travel for work, which is fun. Get at usually means to try to express something. What are you getting at? Meaning, what are you trying to say? It can also mean to reach something, like the cat can't get at the food on the high shelf.
That clarifies so much. I'm going to focus on using get to, opportunity, this week. Now, what about get over?
Get over is the classic emotional one. It means to recover from something difficult. You don't recover from the flu anymore, you get over the flu. You don't surmount the breakup, you get over the breakup. It's direct and much more natural.
Deep dive. Unlocking take.
Let's move to take. This is another verb that replaces dozens of specific words. You don't usually accept responsibility, you take responsibility. You don't photograph a picture, you take a picture.
What about the more idiomatic uses, like take off or take up?
Take off is fantastic because it means 3 totally different things. 1, to remove clothing, take off your coat. 2, for an airplane to leave the ground. The plane took off at 8 a.m. 3, to suddenly become successful. The business really took off last year. See how one simple word gives you 3 complex meanings?
Wow. And take up means to start a new hobby, right? I took up painting last month.
Perfect! And it can also mean to occupy space or time. This chair takes up too much space. If you master these 6 verbs, you instantly speak better English than someone who knows 5,000 nouns but only uses do and make formally.
Deep dive. The make versus do solution.
Let's quickly re-emphasize make and do because I know everyone struggles with this.
Remember the simple idea. Make is creation or production. You make a plan. You make a sandwich. Do is action, duty, or task completion. You do your job. You do the laundry.
Okay, let's test this. She is so friendly, she always seems to make or do friends easily.
Make friends because you're creating a new relationship. I need to make or do a phone call to my mother.
Make a phone call because you are producing the connection.
I get it now. Stop stressing about memorizing the whole list. Focus on the essence of creation versus action. This is powerful.
Shift 2. Learn chunks, not just singles. Deepened. That knowledge about simple verbs leads us directly into our second shift. Stop learning single words. You must learn words in chunks or collocations. Collocations are simply words that naturally go together.
So if I learn the word problem, I shouldn't just write down the definition?
No, you write down the whole natural phrase you use with it. Not problem, but solve a problem, or face a growing problem, or a minor problem. When you speak, you grab that whole chunk. This is the difference between slow translation and quick fluency.
Deep dive. Adjective, noun, chunks.
I see a lot of strong collocations using adjectives, like heavy rain, as you mentioned. What are some others we should focus on?
Focus on the common ones because they appear everywhere. Instead of just traffic, learn heavy traffic or bumper-to-bumper traffic. Instead of job, learn demanding job or challenging job. Instead of chance, learn golden chance or slim chance.
Learning these chunks feels like learning a shortcut to advanced English.
Deep dive. Verb plus noun chunks.
They are shortcuts. The best way to use your simple verbs is to pair them with nouns to create common V plus N chunks.
Give me some examples using a simple verb like catch.
Great choice. You don't just get a glimpse of something, you catch a glimpse. You don't get cold, you catch a cold. You don't get the bus, you catch the bus.
And you don't get fire, you catch fire. I see how the simple word catch is now doing the heavy lifting for many different situations. It all links back to the Swiss Army knife, verbs.
It all links. This is why you don't need new vocabulary. You need new connections between the vocabulary you already possess.
Shift 3. Embrace the glue words, the confidence booster.
And the final tip for confidence is using those filler words and discourse markers. This is the psychological safety net.
Absolutely. They are the conversational glue that covers those awkward brain gaps. When you use phrases like, well, to be honest, or, you give your brain 2 or 3 seconds to structure the rest of your complex thought. It sounds natural and polite.
But will people think I'm stupid or hesitant if I say, a lot?
No, they'll think you're just a normal person. The key is to use them strategically, not excessively. They signal to the listener that you are formulating a complex idea, which shows respect for the conversation.
Deep dive the function of glue words. Let's look at the function of these words. To stall or think, use well, or I mean. To introduce an opinion, use to be honest, or frankly, to summarize, use so or basically.
That's useful. I'm going to focus on basically to wrap up my points.
Excellent choice. Here's a quick practice. Mark, what do you think is the biggest mistake learners make after mastering basic English?
Well, to be honest, I think the biggest mistake they make, I used make correctly, is still translating in their head. Basically, they know all the words, but they don't trust them to come out in a fluent chunk.
Perfect delivery. You were fluid, natural, and used a discourse marker to transition smoothly. You see, you sound completely fluent using simple words. So, let's wrap up this deep dive. Stop chasing words you'll never use. Focus on making the words you know flexible, chunked, and supported by glue words. That is your real path to easy and fun fluency.
I hope everyone listening is feeling that weight lifted off their shoulders. You are ready to speak right now.
Your Mr. and Ms. Channel English Challenge this week is serious. Choose one of the simple verbs, get, make, do, take, put, or have, and use it in a new phrasal verb or common collocation today. And be very specific about the meaning.
For example, say, today I will use put off, which means postpone, when my friend asks me to go out. Tell us exactly which new phrase you used in the comments below.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you got value and had a little laugh, please hit that like button and subscribe to Mr. and Ms. Channel English.
Believe in yourself. You can do this. The tools you need are already in your mind. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy learning!
Bye-bye, everyone.